Alrighty, good evening. Good evening, people. Welcome to Monday. Welcome to another MechWorks Hobby Chat. Hope we are all doing well. Oh, dearie me. I hope everyone had a good weekend. Why is that all tangled up? Alright. Let's hope that doesn't come unplugged during the evening. That would be average. Alrighty. Well, yeah, well, to begin with, I've got a bit of a cold. I've got a sniffle, an occasional sneeze going on here, so forewarning, that could be a little exciting. Hooray for coffee, though. Yay. I don't think it actually helps with the cold, but it makes me feel better. Hope everyone is having a fairly good evening. Hope they've had a pretty good Monday. I found the rotor blades. And a whole bunch of them, actually. So I've got enough. See, I found all of the rotor blades, which is good, because I have eventually quite a few helicopters, because all the other ones I've managed to dig up and strip down a little bit. So I've got another 4 helicopters to work on, probably off camera. Don't think I'm going to put everyone through that. But yeah, I've got a fair bit of work to do with those, with that orky goodness. Sorry, I'm a little stuttery tonight. I'm a bit, a bit under the weather, a little bit out of it. So I'm going to warm up by base coating some green onto the boss knob for this particular group of orky lads. Once again, I was fairly certain that focus was set. But once again, that doesn't look so great, does it? Ha! Every single time. Let's see if we can fix that this time. Again. So it's 280. How's that? That's better. End up with no focus or no view down here when I put them down, but that's alright, that's not a big deal. Okay. Yes, the Yellow Pants Clan. That's who we got to work on tonight. That focus looks a lot better to me. Alright. Can't see him as well down there, but that's just what we're going to have to deal with, isn't it? Okay. More coffee. And let's warm up with a bit of undercoating. Yeah, it's definitely been an interesting weekend for me. Got a lot of D&D done, which is good fun. That the continuing saga continues, which is highly entertaining. They've the characters ended up on a very fantasy world, which is very fun. They're already playing in fantasy, right? They're playing fantasy games, D&D or Pathfinder. But but they ended up on a realm that's pretty much high fantasy. All very thee and thou and grand quests and all that sort of thing. There's also a lawful good plane. So that's not what they're used to at all. And I've overshot his pants. Oh well, tough. He's just gonna get green everywhere, isn't he? He's getting very green. Gotta get him orky. Works as a good base point. And I also got to get more of that green. I hadn't realized I'd run out, or at least I was that close to running out. Anyways, yeah, but the players did well. They they survived. They didn't get themselves into trouble. They did have one stowaway. A young girl has decided that she wants adventure, and has pretty much signed up with the crew, which is interesting. And she's ended up being assigned to one of the NPCs as a squire for training. That particular NPC is remarkably harsh, so that could be an interesting time. Oh well. It's fun. They're enjoying the world I've built, and I'm enjoying having them run around in it. It's actually one of my favorite things in the world is building a world and then watching players explore it. It's the absolute best thing. All right, base coat, quick and nasty and done. Doesn't need to be much more than that. Alrighty. Oh, speaking of things, hey Pidgey, what do you reckon of this? Hang on. So I've also been building up the rest of the Orc force off camera during the week and stuff, and just fiddling with bits and sticking them together. So this is the Orky truck, one of their transports. Ramshackle thing. I wanted the most stripped down looking version I could get, and this is a salvaged one. This is a salvaged model from a friend of mine who doesn't want them anymore. So I'm gonna be keeping a lot of his ideas. So see, he's painted in a world line and damage marks. So I'm keeping a lot of those ideas and concepts. But it's the orcs in the front that I had real fun with. We got the buggy driver. I gave him an old metal head with big goggles. And so you can equip the actual buggy, the truck, with a heavy weapon. In this case, I decided to go with. Normally, you get a heavy bolt. What they call it, big shooter attached. That's this thing, and it's not. But I decided to go and get one of the full-sized orc models and with the big shooter and just put him in the passenger seat. Now that is actually what happens in the original design of the model as well, but not to this scale. Not a full-sized orc boy. So yeah, I reckon that looks good. And you've got a little grot in the back again, little grotty lad sitting in the back helping load the ammo. So that's fun. That's going to be a lot of fun. So that's mainly a salvage job, but that's going to be fun to paint up as well. Okay, so what I'll also do is I'll hit this. I'm going to hit this thing up with a bit of I wonder. I mean, that looks pretty good, to be honest. The black and the grey, but it needs a bit more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dry brush some grey over the top of that, and then which grey am I going to use? I'll use this grey. Oh, do I want to use that grey? No. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm going to do a little bit of dry brush grey over here. Hit it with a wash. And then go back over it again after that with and put some yellow and some orange on the blades itself, which I'm rather looking forward to. Fit in with the rest of the colour scheme, of course. So what have you been up to, Cinder? What's been happening? What has been happening in your hobby world? You getting any of that done, or are you? And did you decide on which computer game to play? By the way, you're having indecision. Last time I checked. So, did one make a decision, or are you still pondering? Using that existing black, hitting with a light grey dry brush and spatter has actually made it look quite fatigued. It actually looks quite nice. Impromptu effects are quite often best effects. No hobby. Play Stardew Valley for a few days and then switch to Spiritfarer. Spiritfarer? Is that how you? Interesting. Haven't heard of Spiritfarer. How'd you go on Stardew, by the way? What was your focus? Coffee. Oh, I need coffee so much. Thinking yellow on those bits. Yellow on, hang on, can you see that? Sorry. Yeah, yellow on these bits. I'm thinking, and then maybe yellow at the front, and then orange teeth at the back. That would go with the current color scheme theme that I've got running. Hey, Xenomorph, how you doing, mate? Hope you are doing very well. Found my rotor blades, which is very cool. Winter Year 1. Huh. Winter Year 1. That's pretty good. I really do enjoy that game. Winter, also known as the time of mining, because you can't grow diddly until later. So when you get proper winter crops. Hope you're doing well, Zeno. Hope the weekend treated you politely. These rotor blades are crazy. Oh, you finished the mine. Okay. Well, there we go. Smashed it out. When I jump back in to play the game again, I'm thinking, ooh, I don't know. I'm thinking I might try one of the new map styles. Might go artisan. Yep, this sucks. Okay, it really sucks having to hold that like that. I'm just going to glue that stupid thing onto the model. It's really annoying doing it that way. Glue. Glue, 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 glue. Over there. Okay. 1 second. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. The glue is on the other side of the room. Hadn't thought ahead, you see. As I tend not to do at times. Play to... Oh, so you got the mining map going. Alright, Cinder. That's a good call. Alrighty. Glue that one on there. Whee. Alright, I'll let that dry, then I'll get back to painting him. I don't want to be playing roundabout, trying to chase that rotor blade as it twists. So, on to the big boss. Now, this big guy. Let's see. I'm thinking I'm going to do my grey up the middle here with the yellow highlights in a couple of spots. So we're going to be yellow at the back, and then it's going to be black and grey underneath. So, yeah, with some silver bits again. But I really want to utilize the grey as a base to have all the other colours pop properly. Now I've lost that behind. Oh, you know what? Tough. I'm just going to do it straight here. I'm just going to put it right there because I can't be bothered getting up again. Just got comfy, you know. Alrighty. And what are you doing tonight? I think I've already asked you this, Zeno. Can't remember. But what are you up to tonight, mate? Just chilling or just hanging around or what's happening? Okay, where's that gone? God, a pick me brush. Alrighty. I'll be looking forward to painting this guy up. It's going to be a challenge, but I really think I'm going to enjoy him. It's an exciting looking model to work on. Now it makes you want to paint it. It makes you want to get in there and give it a go. You know? And yeah, I'm going to be going over a lot of the colours already put on there because that was just the spatter test. And this is now my base, so... Um, that's just going to be a thing that happens, I'm afraid, everyone. Sorry if that upsets you. You've tuned in to listen to me panic while painting. Thank you. Why am I panicking? I don't panic, so to speak. Oh, wait. You're painting and listening to me panic, or you're listening to me panic while I paint? Baldur's Gate 3 comes out. Damn. Ah. It's one of those, that is one of those moments where you look at your full-time work and go, why? I wish I was a student again, right? That's the sort of event that makes you want to be a student again with disposable time. Unfortunately, no money, but disposable time. Really happy I got in there with the base black before, because I can make a mess, and if I need to touch it up, I just go back in with black and go da 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 da. Doesn't matter. Oh, Baldur's Gate 3, so keen, so keen. Yeah, you probably will be, mate. I don't know if I can. I want to. Oh, I want to. I really want that game. But I don't have time, mate. Don't have time. If I do get it, then I'll even have less time. So I'll just have to wait. I'll watch other people play it, hear about how good it is, sulk. I'll have to sulk about it in manly fashion. And then get it eventually. Unfortunately. And no, it's not fair. I mean, it's a fair enough reason, but it's just orange. It just bites. I'm not a fan of the reason, but at the same time, money. So full time work. You know, that's important too. Curses. It's just occurred to me that this isn't going to be much of a base job because there is so much this model that is not even going to be remotely grade that, you know what, I'm just going to be having to do this in big patches of color probably. Because if I do everything grey, I'm just going to be coming back to go over it again anyway. I will do the tyres though. It's not often you find a model that, well, I mean, I could have just based the whole thing black before I stuck it down, admittedly. But now that I've started working on different areas of colour, now that I know where the colour is going to be going, it doesn't make a lot of sense to do everything in one big base. I've got to fix that head. Look at that. That guy's ugly noggin. I've got to fix that. That's such a standout looking face. I need to make it look good soon. It's just annoying me. Looking so ugly on camera like that. Yeah, unfortunately, well, I don't know if it's unfortunate, but this is pretty much the way I work with all my paint jobs. I just kind of get into it and then go, oh yeah, I'll do this now. Oh no, probably. And then I change my mind about a dozen times. You know, as I go and go, oh no, this is a better idea. Oh no, that's a better idea. Usually ends up looking pretty good. It just seems to be a process of almost committee to get there. What is that in there? All right. No, that'll be more bronze later. So yeah, there's a lot at the back here that's going to end up needing to be bronze. You have to come on next week and tell you about it. Yes, you do have to come on next week and tell me all about it. from what I've seen and what limited I understand of it, it appears to be plane jumping. And a lot of it. It looks planar based, which is terribly interesting. It is always fun when they do that sort of thing. Yeah. The planes are always interesting. I've at the same time they're kind of frustrating because, like in my D&D game, in my Pathfinder game, sorry, that I'm running at the moment, everyone's plane jamming around the place. You know, they've got a spell jammer and they're jetting around the place. They're plane hopping at the moment, just on their way home, which is cool. I mean, I love it. It's so much fun to write for and design. At the same time, you only get glimpses of these worlds, and you kind of want to stick around and explore them more, but you can't because there's just not the time. And they've got major quests and activities happening back on their prime world, so they really don't have the time. So I get to write up some really cool snippets, but that's about it at the moment. So I'll admit that's a bit of a frustration with their plane jumping, but I'll just have to deal with that. It is my own fault. That's the way I've written the situation into them, but well, partially my fault. I am pretty sure I can blame a lot of the things that have gone very hinky on the players as well. Yes, I did allow them to do so, admittedly. I do let my players do stupid stuff, but they still do some amazingly dumb things. Breathtakingly stupid choices sometimes. And then the most fun part is they then capitalize on those choices and turn it into a really cool idea, which I can't argue with as to being very, very cool. So, yeah, they really make the most out of the circumstances they find themselves jamming themselves into. Alrighty. He's coming along. That's the boss's boots done. Boots. Pants and boots. Yeah, well, player characters always do, mate. They always do, and it's just the fun. If you really, as if you really can't handle players doing that sort of thing, play a computer game, because players will do what players do. Or as other people said, PC will happen. Player characters, they just happen. Sometimes they will happen very intentionally at you. Other times they will just literally unfold before everybody's eyes. Okay. That's getting there. It's getting there. I've been wanting to get back in. I've been wanting to get into Phoenix Point. That's the game that I'm itching to play at the moment, but I just don't have the time. I really want to give it a go, but just can't. Just can't get to it. It's so frustrating. Because I love me my XCOM, and I love me all games like XCOM. Apart from the original UFO, which I downloaded to play. That game sucked. It's so freaking hard. And I don't understand the interface at all. It's so old, it doesn't come with a manual. Or the manual doesn't make any damn sense when I did find it. So I'm a little annoyed at that. Spent a bit of money on the UFO series. The original UFO series. Expecting an XCOM experience. What I got is a lesson in absolute unmitigated frustration. So, yeah. Not a big fan. Bonus point. Well, Phoenix Point is so fun. See, look, now you're just rubbing it in. Yeah, I was kind of half hoping you'd tell me, no, it's terrible, don't worry about it, you're missing nothing. But nope, it's apparently exactly what I want to do. See, Cinder Pidgey should play Phoenix Point just because it'd be fitting and ironic in some ways for her to play a game called Phoenix Point. Let's thin that out a bit. It's funny, some of the metal paints you use, I find, need thinning badly. Others resist thinning and in fact go to hell when you do so. The trick is remembering which one's which. This one, for example, likes it when you thin it out. Splotch, 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 splotch. I had a silver that would just turn to water, run away from you and never come back again, and would just suck forever. And it was the worst thing. You'd have to use that silver as thick as clay glue if you could get it. Half dry it to put it on. It would look fantastic once it's on. So it'll look really good once it's dried, but I accidentally trashed quite a few paint jobs trying to remember, forgetting about the intricacies of that old GW silver. Lots of irritating restarts happened. The other hard part about painting like this, I have to admit, is that you have to accept the fact that you're going to get paint everywhere. You're going to get spatter painting. You're going to get paint all over the place. You're just going to have to come back and tidy up. You just have to accept it. Now, if I wasn't so impatient, and I could wait and be smart about it, or at least have something to resemble self-control, I'd build it in components and base coat bits and paint bits, and so I make sure that I didn't have to go back and repaint things. But I enjoy the building too much. I have too much fun. Murray's having fun, and therefore must have more fun. And then get to the end, it's like, oh, now painting as a dog. But that's my own fault. So I just have to live with that. Spush. And apparently I'm now painting it all bronze. So I've just got carried away and there's bronze everywhere. All over the metal bits. Oh, that's not dry. Okay, cool. Now we have a really bad grey bronze in there. Ugh. That looks absolutely shocking. Well done, me. Yeah. Making a mess. Skits would have a fit if she was watching this. But she's not, which is probably good for everyone, especially her at this point. Did I ever play the BattleTech game? Yes, I did. I love that game. I absolutely love that game, mainly because I absolutely love BattleTech. Next to 40K, it's pretty much one of my favorite game systems. Yeah, I might as well. I don't know if you can. No, they're all hidden down behind me. I've got nearly everything from the 3039 time period. Just before they find the helm, just before everything gets real interesting with technology, I have every single mech model from that time period now. I don't have all the vehicles yet. I'm working on that. But I have every available mech miniature or represented that can be represented on the tabletop in the 3039 time period. So very proud of that. That's actually not looking terrible. I so have to tidy up a lot of the splat, but you can see, man, that's dark, isn't it? But you can see where all the bronze and the dark metals going in there. That's going to look kind of cool. I swear the lighting's getting worse every time. Yeah. Has that focus slipped again? That doesn't look great. What's going on? Sorry, everyone. That doesn't make any sense. Alright, fine. Whatever. Yep. See, what I'm showing, I don't know why I'm bothering to show this off to you right now, because that is untidy and a dog-end breakfast mess, that is, isn't it? What a splat. That's shocking. Now's the time that someone will jump in as a brand new viewer and go, oh, look at this guy, he's doing painting. It's like, no, that's terrible. What did I just wash that in? It smells like coffee. It doesn't taste like paint, but that smells like coffee. Damn it. Oh, tough. What you gonna do? Build up resistances. That's what I'm doing. Alright. Okay, so I've successfully made a mess. Alright. Actually, if Zeno, if I could point my camera around properly, I could show you the parade of mechs I've got there. It's awesome, and I love the tabletop game. It's really good. I think I might do some mech painting if you'd like. If people would be interested, I can paint some mechs up, as well as 40k stuff. Probably wouldn't hurt me. Be quite a bit of fun to do actually. All right, I'm gonna try and do a. I'm gonna do a tidy. Oh, do I do a spatter on the back? No, I feel like doing something tidy on the front for a bit. I'll do some tidy work on the. I don't know what you call the front of a trike. The front of a trike. I'm sure there's a term for it. Man, I'm tired. I have no idea though. Anyway. So glad I managed to get some new brushes. I'm so annoyed that I keep dropping my good ones. I always point first or something. I managed to close another one in a drawer. That was deeply irritating. I've killed more high quality fine point detail brushes in the last couple of weeks than any time in my hobby life. Super frustrating. Hey Cinder, it's like dropping a stitch in the middle of a complicated run and only finding out 2 rows later. I think that's the hobby equivalent of wrecking a nice brush. There we go. Yeah, that is actually going to tidy up and look very nice, I think. Yeah. Oh, Zeno, did you get to play the new the new Mech Warrior Mercenaries game, the first-person simulator? That was a lot of fun too. It was even fun learning, like getting smashed at first and figuring out how to how to target flipping helicopters. That was cool. All of a sudden, you're in your big unstoppable, indestructible mech, and you get in chewed up and wrecked by helicopter swarms because you just couldn't get your guns around quick enough at first. Well, I found anyway. Had to learn how to fight those things. That was a challenge, and I enjoyed it. The other thing about that game was Sneaky Tank. I hated Sneaky Tank. Every now and then you go on a map and there'd be a tank somewhere. You couldn't find it, but it could see you, and it wasn't doing a lot of damage to begin with, but after a while it starts doing more and more damage and starts taking out your teammates. That was frustrating. Curse of the Sneaky Tank. Yes. Okay. That is looking pretty good. So damn yellow. That's madness. Love it. Oh, does anyone know if there was a another 40k computer game that came out? I don't know if it's ever made it into release, but it was the dogfighting version, Orcs versus Imperials. It was a dogfighting game with basically Aeronautica Imperialis, and you could play as orcs, I think, or Imperials, but jetting around the sky. That looked pretty cool. And then there was another Orky one. It was just you got to play through an Orky campaign as some ace or something. Does anyone know if they ever launched? Oh, and then there's Necromunda. That PC game. There's so many games I want to play, and no time. Single most frustrating thing. At the same time, I suppose the things I am spending my time on, like this, I'm enjoying this a lot, and my video reviews, I'm enjoying them still. So I'm not. It's not like I've got nothing to do. I've just got other. Yeah. So I don't have time, I suppose, because I've got other cool things I'm doing. Alrighty, chase it up, Xenomorph. Find me answers. Actually, I suppose now that I think about my complaint, it's really I have too many cool things I want to do, which is not as bad as I can't do any cool things. So I will try to tone down my whinging, because really it's just whinging. Besides, I enjoy doing this with you guys. So why would I stop that? So yellow. Oh, good grief. So damn yellow. Wow. Fearsomely orcishy yellow. Appropriate for the big boss. I'm not sure which of you encouraged me to go with the orange. Can't remember. Probably Phoenix. Probably Cinder Pidgey. But, that's the orange or yellow. Anyway, whoever encouraged me to go with the orange, I'm very appreciative of that, because it's worked out to be an excellent plan. It it differentiates it. I mean, normally it's yellow and black, which is just which is the Bad Moons clan. And you know, Bad Moons clan's cool and everything, but I wanted something slightly different. And there's not a lot of orcs getting around in orange and yellow, so that just looks immediately different, and I'm happy with that. Original plan, of course, was just to go yellow and silver, you know, which looks great. Except on orcs, it doesn't look as much like a color scheme. Just looks like someone ran out of paint, or you know, they just couldn't be bothered painting it. So it looked more accidental than intentional. Dakar Squadron. All right, Dakar Squadron, fourth quarter 2020. Nice. We're coming up on the fourth quarter. That could be a bit of fun. Yes, I'm thinking that sounds like a good plan. Thank you, Zeno. You are, as usual, a fountain of useful knowledge. There we go. Oh, 10 p.m. Go to bed. Why? I don't want to go to bed. I don't feel like going to bed yet. Go to bed at 11 when this is all over. And Tyronic, I can't pronounce it. Tyronicus? Tiro. Hey, Tiro. How you doing? Welcome along tonight. Thank you for stopping by. Tonight, it's painting orky stuff time. I've got me, actually, I'll just run through what I got again, which I need a break anyway. I found my helicopter blades, so I've I attached the helicopter blades to my finished Defcopter, and now I'm going to be working on those a little bit tonight. Hopefully finish that. Probably maybe put some highlights on this Orky lad. Base coated a knob. I'm going to start putting some extra colors on him, and I'm upgrading from spatter test painting to actually blocking in the basic colors on the Orky trike, the boss trike. So yeah, that's what I'm doing at the moment. It's going fairly well. I have to fix his face soon though. It's just a big open gob and badly painted teeth. It looks terrible. But I'll get there. I will. I'm getting there on this guy. Ooh, left me paint open. That wasn't smart. But yeah. And what are you up to, Tyro, Tier 1. I'm trying there. Tyronicus. Wow. I'm sure I got that wrong, mate, but all right. But yeah. So what are you doing tonight? You got hobby happening? You just chilling, watching, playing computer games, that sort of thing. Alrighty. Ooh, ow. And thank you. I'm glad you think it's looking good. It's at the moment it feels untidy. It always does when I paint like this. As you hear me say often, this is spatter testing, seeing if the color schemes work. Just going blah 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 blah, chucking the paint on, seeing if it works, and if it does work, tidying it up. So it'll go from this sort of sloppy slapped on effect to what I hope is a neater and tidier and a little bit weathered, a little bit warm, but still good looking result. Oh yeah, also, just in case I get tired of orcs, I've got a warhound trying to work on. Keep forgetting about him. Got to come back to him and finish that guy off. Okay. What am I doing now? Orange. We'll do some orange. Do some orange on the front. I also have to ask, how did you get the big squiddly octopus thing happening? I don't know enough about this entire system. I don't know how you did that, but it's very cool. Emotes, radio. Oh, I think I understand. I think. I probably don't. It's like a variation on smiley faces, yeah? Whoa. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you, Tiro. Tyrannicus. Yeah, that's super appreciated. Yeah, thank you. That's really cool. I love that sound. Yeah. No, that's excellent. Thank you very much, mate. And you're at work, 5 a.m. Always looking for hobby painters to kill time. Well, I am more than happy to kill time for you, sir. Very happy. Or ma'am. Tiro. Very, very happy to kill time for you. It's Broadsword's here. Broadsword has rocked up. How you doing, Broadsword? He's finally made it. He talks a big talk, and then he showed up, which is nice. How's things, man? Things are good. Things are going well. Things are going primary colours. It's kindergarten time. It's very, very bright primary colours time. That's what it is. Which, I love painting orcs. They're just so weird. Actually, I mentioned that I was using Clan Escher haircuts or hairstyles on my orcs, right? I mentioned it on one of the forums. Some people got really mad at me. Like, really cross. Because that's not orky. That's not what you should do. Blah, blah, blah. It's like, whoa. Alright, steady on. Like, okay. Pretty sure if I bought them, I can do what I like with them. And there's no real rules on that. But okay. Apparently there are. Turns out I've made a major transgression. Some gatekeepers out there got very mad at me. Mind you, the rest of the forum also told them to shut up as well, which is entertaining. But anyway, that's the internet for you, really. If you're surprised by it, don't go on it. Okay. No, I don't have to love the forums, actually, Broadsword. No, I don't. I don't have to love them at all. I don't even know why I went on it, to be honest. I should have known that was going to happen, right? I just should have known that. Yeah. I really should have known better. The only person I have to blame is myself. Pretty much, Cinder. Pretty much, mate. Oh, I'm loving that. You know what? Just how strong the colours come up on camera, right? Watch my upload schedule on my YouTube and Twitch. Okay, upload schedule on my Twitch. Oh well, I record from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. every Monday night because I'd like to do more, but I work. I won't survive if I do this every too often. And on YouTubes, I do my video reviews and I upload them on Wednesday nights and Sunday nights, as long as everything goes according to plan. So yeah, Wednesday nights and Sunday nights, I put up new movie reviews, and Mondays from 9 to 11, I do this. Uh, and I upload old recordings of my hobby Twitch when I can, basically. So thank you for your curiosity. I haven't actually had to give a spiel about what I do because no one ever asks. So that caught me a little off guard there. Not exactly a polished and professional sort of answer. Sorry about that, Tyro. But there we go. Thank you very much for asking. Actually, that feels nice. As I've said before, actually on here, it's really tricky doing Twitch streaming because when I when I do my YouTube reviews, I stutter and I stammer and I fall over myself. Oh, thank you. Ah, Tyro, legend, mate. Absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much. Um, that's great. I've got well over 100 videos now on my YouTube thing. So if you feel like burning a whole bunch of time, go check them out. I babble on about my interest in movies, and I review them obviously. I've changed my format up a bit since I started. I mean, like, I've gone back and watched some of my old stuff. Good grief, I talk so slowly. It's a little painful to watch yourself. Watch my old stuff, but still, people seem to like them. That's good. But yeah, I go through a whole bunch of stuff. And I give everything different ratings, as you'll discover, if you if you watch them. But as I was saying, it's funny on Twitch because already I'm thinking like editing and what I would edit out of what I just said now, where I repeated myself and doubled over myself and fell across myself. Um, oh, thank you. You gonna smash out? Yeah, brilliant. Thank you very much. Oh, it's all exciting. But yeah, when you're Twitch streaming, you're live. You can't go back and edit. And so I find myself tripping over myself so much more. It's easier to present as a semi-professional, or at least competent English speaker, when you can edit and fix it, or go back and make your stuff up at least amusing. But yeah, running your mouth for 2 hours live it's a trick. Thankfully, I've got a very cool viewer group. We are a small elite cadre known as the Council of Ducks. That is what we call the chat box, the Council of Ducks, because it's a programming term. Talking to the duck, or basically talking to yourself, or talking to a bobblehead, that sort of thing. It's a programming term. Look it up if you don't understand that one. Look up programming term talking to the duck, and that I think it might be an Urban Dictionary, possibly even Wikipedia. It's an interesting concept. Basically by explaining something to an inanimate object as if it's a student or someone else, you'll find holes in your own argument and you'll figure out what you've done wrong. It's clever. But yes, see, um, yeah, but the Council of Ducks, they are my little crew here. They are very encouraging, usually. Uh, um, Sometimes they lead me astray because when I'm not, one of my favorite things to do on this channel is when I'm not doing paintworks, and this will probably be next week or the week following. I do build sessions. Most importantly, I do blind builds, which is I will get a new model and I will um, look at the box art once, chuck away the instructions on the floor so I can't get to them, and make them from scratch with no instructions. That was interesting. I did an Orky vehicle like that recently. One of the new that was a entertainingly frustrating time. I did that for a Titanicus Reaver Titan. Don't really want to do that one again. I didn't even have the instructions for that, so I didn't really have a choice. But yeah, yeah, builds are fun, especially when you try to make them as difficult for yourself and entertaining for the viewers as possible. Actually, that brings up a point. Next week, I'm thinking I'm going to do another blind build, another Orky vehicle, like the shock jump dragster or the squig bomber or whatever it is. Um, Unless I can find another cool mini to do a blind build for. I think it's going to be another Orky truck of some description, because they're so bizarre and it takes a bit more work than I realized to actually predict what each bit does. That's going to look good on the front. That's going to look kind of neat. Yeah, fairly happy with how that's coming along. Don't know what color to do the tires. I mean, obviously black, right? But don't want to do black. Well, it's going to look weird if I don't. You know, everyone's going to be expecting black. Oh. Anyway, I might silver up the shotguns, and then I'll move along to some other bits out the front there, and then I'll silver up those shotguns, so just to complete the color check on the front, and then I'll do some more on the back. Oh. So Broadsword, if you're still there, tell us, what are you working on tonight, man? What have you been working on? I know you said something about you doing some Far Cry or something? Some Far Cry minis? That's cool. I am keen to give that game a go still. Stormcast. So Stormcast Eternals for in Warcry, was that correct? You told me they're horrible and you shouldn't do them and they're nasty and this is cheating. You were complaining bitterly about that last time I checked, and now you've turned and you're now doing that which you despised before. Basically that's what I'm hearing here. Is that correct? By hearing I mean reading. This is true. See, it's true. You've caved. You've joined the other side. That's all because I chose Chaos, the Slaves to Darkness, isn't it? Yeah? Yeah, I know they look awesome. They're Space Marines for fantasy, but it's all because I chose Slaves to Darkness for Warcry. You've gone on, well, I'm going to go do Stormcast. That's why you did that, I reckon. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's exactly what you've done. Well, now just to make you feel worse, I went out and very specifically bought a different Warcry mob just so it wasn't unfair. So now you're going to switch sides with me, and I'm going to spend money for nothing. Thanks for that. Which is kind of okay because they're really cool models. But so all my efforts to make you happy gone, just wasted. No, I can't keep up the guilt trip routine. It just doesn't work. The minis are cool. Who cares? They look amazing. Alright, the shotty's that twin-barreled monstrosity. That looks kind of. I don't mind that gun. That's a ridiculous looking piece of firepower. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Yeah, according to the rules for this war trike, it's got some wicked amount of firepower on it. Like all these shotguns can fire off twice, and there's 3 of them, 2 on the bike, 1 in the hand. And these things are flamethrowers, big ones too. Bunch of heavy flamethrowers all over the thing. It's like, righto. It's so orky, it's deliriously fantastic. Really need to play some actual 40k as well, Broadsword. Hell, we just need to play something at all, man. Flynn is here. Ladies and gentlemen, the Flynn has arrived. Hey Flynn, how you doing, mate? Hope you're having a great start to your week. Hope things are going fairly well, even though it's a horrible, horrible Monday morning in your reality. Oh, and I forgot to say to Tyro that I hope you've had a very good weekend, and I hope that your Monday is treating you fairly well as well. Well as well, fairly well as well. Blah. I will edit that out. Hope it's going well, mate. Hope it's good. There you go. Sorry that you can't quite see what I'm working on. I'm just trying to get in there and get the shotgun done. There's not much new to report here, Flynn, tonight, other than I'm obviously blocking in the primary colours on the Orky trike, the boss trike. I found the missing helicopter blades, so I'm happy about that. And then I found a whole bundle of helicopter blades, so I'm able. So I got stacks of helicopter blade bits. So I just dropped one. There we go, found it. So I can actually do the rest of the helicopters, which I'm happy with. I didn't want to have to go. I had this horrible feeling I was going to be eBaying. You know, you're just going, yeah. I don't want to have to do that, but I also don't want to, you know, have just helicopters without blades, because it's just, you know. What's my base scheme for what these lads? As in these orcs. My base scheme is a mix of yellow, grey. Basically, it's yellow, grey, and silver with orange trim. For example, here we go. So this would be the infantry, right? Clan yellow pants, grey top. Okay, and then anything that will look good as silver will be silver, and then you got bits of yellow and you got some orange popping in and out on places. So they're not quite yet. Where's a good spot? Fix that light. So they're not. They're not. I didn't want them to look like bad moons. That's not what I wanted. The actual base. What do you mean? Like what the color I start painting them all? Oh, green, crappy green, or maybe yellow. Depends how much of it I have to paint. No, okay. I've misunderstood. I'll stop talking and let you type what I'm meant to be answering. The base they. Oh, you mean the ground? What they're going to look like they're going to be running through? Oh, it'll be jungle. They're going to be going through foliage. Okay, not necessarily jungle. It's really hard to do, but thick grass, heavy grasslands, thick foliage. That's what they're going to be running through. That was hard, wasn't it? Good grief, mate. Ah. So sorry. I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed tonight, I can tell you that much. Good grief. I'd like to say I get better as you get to know me, tyro, but probably not. This is probably operational standard, I'm afraid. Alrighty. Alrighty. Okay, the silver's coming along. That's not looking too bad. The little detailing is working. I'll put some brown leather on that handle. I don't know where I picked up the habit of licking the brush afterwards. The idea is that you reshape the brush. I just don't know where I picked that habit up. Sometimes it's it's a bit of a shock when you haven't quite cleaned the brush properly. I can tell you that much too. That's exciting. You learn to like the taste of different colors, but it's a weird habit. There we go. Okay. Yeah, brown on the handlebar. That looks good. Alright, so what's next down the front there? Ah, brown gloves. That's right. Gloves on the Orky boy. Which is going to look a tad strange next to the brown leather on the... Oh, well, that's just tough in it, really. Too late, done it now, doesn't matter. Apparently not. Apparently not everyone licks the brush at the end to reform the point. I thought it was common, but then again, I've just always done it, so of course I thought it was common, you know, like. But oh. Oh, for those of you in Brisbane, Dylan's store, the Vault Games, it's reopening. It's reopening in Queen Street, on the mall actually. Reopening tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Do a Google search. You should be able to find information about it. They've taken over what used to be, I'm told, was the Bunker. I believe the Bunker used to be an iconic, what's the word, internet cafe or something? Don't know. But I'm told that's a thing, and I'm told it was very famous, and I'm told that they've taken over where it used to be. That's very exciting. So it's got a grand reopening tomorrow at 4 o'clock. And I think I'm gonna try and get there. Or if not that, I'll just go afterwards and see and ask how it all went. Alrighty. Alright, coming along. It's not doing terrible. What time is it? It's 10 o'clock. Okay. Alright, I'll do a bit more on this one, and then I'm going to go back and work on my helicopter blades. I mean, I could possibly get this guy. Bunker was in that cafe. There we go. And I think, if I've heard correctly, they've taken over where it used to be. Which, if I'm accurate, that sounds like pretty good nerd history. You know, you're keeping in the vein of how it all really should be. I've also heard an interesting rumor about 40k style, or actually Aeronauticus, that they might be getting, they might be looking into super sized or extra large aircraft, and which would make me very happy because I'd like to do some more Orky aircraft, or at least some new ones. I've still got a few Orky aircraft left to do actually. I'll I should do them, but not really on camera thing. I'm not going to do unless I do a specialized special. That's two specials. Very nicely done. A super specialized color scheme again. But I really enjoyed doing the lobster. Actually, I've got to finish off the whale shark, haven't I? I haven't finished that. I really need to. That might be next week. Instead of a build, if I can't afford to get a new model for building, I might go and grab myself a no, might oh gosh, might get the whale shark off the shelf and finish painting it. That was so hard. Wow. Damn, I think I'm tired. Alright, let's paint this guy's head. Paint his helmet up nice and silvery. Have to come back and fix his face up anyway, so it doesn't really matter if there's a bit of paint wandering. Oop, don't paint the boss's face any worse than it already is. Yep. I'm enjoying that great big silver. I enjoy giving them silver helmets and then painting them up and making them all dirty looking. That's kind of fun. Of course, you got to wear your crash helmet, ain't you? If you're riding a trike, you can't just go careening around the place with a an uncovered bonce. You're gonna get it knocked off, aren't you? Okay. Now, here's a question. Do you reckon I should do the spikes up in metals, or should I do the spikes up in colors? I kind of half like the idea of giving it a bit of color, extra color down there. But at the same time, it'd be make a lot of sense to have all the blades, shiny silver. I'm not sure on that one. What do you think, people? While I think about that, actually, I'll show you some other orky designs I've got going on. So you've seen this dude. This guy's your basic, right? He's your basic lad. Then you've got different variations on the basic lads. You got Mr. Tank Buster. So he's got the Tank Buster on the back. Put blood on the tips. That's not a bad idea, actually. So we've got the Mr. Tank Buster bomb. And he's got his little German hat on. Or Germanic style helmet. I reckon he looks pretty neat. He's kind of characterful. Then we've got Mr. Grenades. Standard frag grenade boy. He's all loaded up. Ready to chuck them all. I like the way that you can have almost special characters just amongst the general lads. Here's one. I like this guy. The big shooter boy. He's the heavy weapons guy. It's funny, like there's so much effort and the minis look so good, but they so rarely hit a damn thing. But you still want them in there. The big shooters look too cool not to have. It's just unfortunate. So why did I have it up there? That doesn't make any sense. Have a down hearing shot. It's just unfortunate that orcs can't hit the broad side of a land raider. It's it's a frustration. So, but they're fun. Yeah, Orky armies. Yeah, you're right, Tyro. Orky armies are just so much fun. They're a crack up. Even when you're losing, they're kind of fun anyway. So, all right, look at that. That's all nice and secure. Good, good. I'll jump back in and I'll put some more yellow on. I can feel the coffee's effects wearing off like rapidly. There we go. That's gonna work. Also, the idea that these guys just fly in and then, as per the rules on the little thing, like their spinning blades count as a melee weapon. The idea that these lads zip in, firing off their rockets, hitting very few things, I'm sure, but then just intentionally flying so low into the ground that it counts as close combat. Basically, intentionally crashing into the enemy. It's just pretty much what they're doing. But ones with the big skid panels, I imagine they just kind of bounce. They ricochet along through the enemy troops, with the foot to the floor and a lot of and probably a lot of yelling. It's it's just such a bizarre and entertaining image in my head. What do people think of the new Gazgol, the big Gazgol War Boss model from 40k, from GW? Sorry, it's I mean it's enormous. It looks kind of a crazy cool. I'm not sure. A lot of people, some people, okay, a lot of people actually think it's too big. I'm not sure myself. I think it's, well, he no longer counts as just a HQ. He actually, or infantry. He counts as a monster in the rules, like a full on has all the monstrous benefits and negatives. And I can see why, because he's enormous. If you don't know what I'm talking about, jump online, check GW's website, and look up Gazcal Thraka. It is a ridiculously large model. I kind of want him just for the joy of painting him. It is actually massive. It is truly enormous. I think I want him just to paint him. Like, that's a centerpiece. But I'd never get to use him. But it looks just so damn cool. It's like buying Mortarion, or what's the red Cyclops dude? Magnus, the pinkish red. Magnus, the combat pink. He's good too. Again, would be cool to paint, but I never get to use him. Still, it'd be wicked fun. Wonder what his rules are like. I imagine that ridiculously oversized machine gun he's got to be a nightmare. That just looks like an incredibly bad plan to get in front of. I wonder if you can actually hit anything with it. Mind you, if there's enough shots, who cares? His accuracy is no longer an issue if there's enough shots coming out. Okay. That's not looking too bad. A little worried about there's too much yellow happening there. Don't know. Definitely going to need that orange, I think, just to bring that back a bit. And it'll look nice to have some extra orange on there anyway. Don't know why I'm bothering to do the underside. I just force a habit, stuff it, don't care enough. There we go. There's the yellow bits on the blades, looking okay. Whoop, don't hit that. I'll jump on and put some, what time is it, 10:20? Put some more orange on that. And then see how we're doing for time. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. I think that's gonna work out fine, mate. I think it's gonna look nice. I was actually thinking about streaming one of my D&D games soon. But there's so many players on the table, and I honestly don't think 5 to painting them yellow, and I watch them go red. Yes. It'd be like watching someone throw a strawberry into a high-powered fan, wouldn't it? Just done. Little burst of red and we're out. Okay, I'm not sure about the orange, guys. Don't think I like it. I think orange is a bit much. Yeah, the orange on the blades is just a bit too much. I'm going to try silver. The trouble with the orange is very strong, even for the even stronger than the yellow. Really, it just stands out so much. Yeah, I'm going to prefer the silver, I think. The council is correct. Yeah, the orange just doesn't look good. Thank you, council. Okay. It detracted from, I think it just detracted from the actual, the other, like the orange tiger, the teeth, the tiger teeths on the shark teeths on the front, and the red from the rockets. Yeah, silver looks much better. You are correct. Thank you, Taro. So as much as I complain about you guys sometimes, you with your color schemes, it does work out. It really does work out, doesn't it? So again, I thank you very much. What I'm referring to, by the way, Tyro, is I'll grab it actually. I'll show it to you. Yeah, the silver looks good. Silver's looking nice. I let them come up with a color scheme. Color scheme. They let them pick a color scheme for one of my Titans, and I'll just go grab it and I'll show you what they came up with. So yeah, Tyro, here is the color scheme. This is the team color scheme that they came up with for my Titan. All right. And it's looking pretty natty. I mean, it's a mean looking machine, right? Now, what I want you to do, if you have access to the internet, I'm about to say if you have access to the internet and you're watching me online, great, good work. Anyway, look up a picture at some stage if you can of a mallard duck. Okay, look up a mallard duck. The way that the beak and the coloration of the head and the beak, where the brown goes, and the fact that they have a little bit of blue on the sides, and the color of their feet. That's right. This is the battle mallard. This this is a Warhound Titan painted up to look like a mallard duck. And it's amazing. It actually still looks kind of cool, which I'm stunned at. And this is pretty much the mascot of the channel, the Battle Mallard. It was a lot of fun to paint. Although I if you once I upload, I don't know if I've uploaded those videos yet. I do bitch and moan about it pretty much constantly as I'm doing it, but it actually was a lot of fun. By the end of it, I'm really fond of the Battle Mallard, the Crack of Doom. Yeah, so and as a result, and that's why this is happening. This is Clan Yellow Pants. That's one of the reasons we got so much yellow happening here. Although I came up with my color scheme earlier for my aeronautica stuff, but yeah, the yellow is this recurring thing now, and any chance this lot get, it ends up somehow duck related or oceanic related. If in the case of a couple of the aircraft I did, the lobster, for example, which is up actually way up above me, and I can't reach it with any degree of dignity on camera. So I may have to show you that next time. Although I think that one is also in one of my videos, but yeah. It's a lot of fun. I do enjoy giving the council the opportunity to not just influence, but dictate the color schemes at times. It's actually really quite fun. And I've got another one in mind. Another council gets to choose sort of routine. I'm thinking of letting the council design. All right, I'll show you the shark in a sec. All right, I will get up and get it. Um, I'm thinking of letting the council design. Um, probably shouldn't, but anyway, some Primaris Marines, a new chapter, a brand new chapter that I will paint up and use. It's that's looking pretty good actually. That silver. You're all very right. You're all dead set right. The silver looks great on those wings. Wings. The spiky bits on the copter blades. But all right, hang on. Let me get you the lobster. The shark isn't finished. I'll get them both. I'll get them both. Hang on. This is going to look at... One second. Okay. Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. But if I'd left the camera running to reach that, it would have just been like my crotch, then my butt, right here. And you know what? You're nice people. You don't deserve that crap. Anyway, pink and blue. What from a? No, I'm not making Slanishi Primaris Marines. No, maybe. Depends how the pink and blue's done, but generally no. Yeah, no. The answer's no. Anyway, so here's one of my Orky jet fighters. This is one of the fighter bombers for Aeronauticus, right? So that's where this whole grey, silver, and yellow color scheme with the red with the orange detailing came from. So you can kind of see the we got a scheme that's carrying across. Yeah, I love painting these things, by the way. Um, and then they help me pick the color scheme for this monstrosity, the lobster. This was a lot of fun. We got very kind of tricksy, um, the shark tooth pattern running up the middle, half tone. We got the very nice blue canopy. We got the yeah. This was a lot of fun to paint. Kind of frustrating at the same time because I was very unsure about doing a lot of this color scheme, and it's because of this council that it's because of the council that I'm actually stretching myself and trying new things. So that's kind of wicked fun. This is the lobster, and the next one was, man, I've got too much crap on my table now. And this is the other one I'm working on. It's known as the whale shark. And it's got it's forward angled. Now you can't see it very well now, but because I've been dry brushing, but you can see it's got a mouth and it's got its little teeths and happy eyes on the side. Now they are much brighter. Once I finish doing all the dry brushing, I'll come back and prepare these. But it's really happy. It looks so happy when before I hit it with a dry brush, before I hit it with a wash and stuff. It's so delighted to be here. And we've called it the whale shark. Now the reason it's called the whale shark is because we figured that orcs would have discovered two things if they go to a Terran world or something and they find out that there's sharks and sharks are scary. And then they also find out what whales are. So to orcs, the biggest thing they could think of would be a whale-sized shark. So they've called it the whale shark, not realizing, of course, that whale sharks are largely harmless. But yeah, this is fun. This is a fun one. And the canopy was the coloration of the canopy going reddish orange. When I tidy that up, is also a council decision, and I think that's going to look really neat once it's all done. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun doing these together with a sense of togetherness. We work on a variety of schemes and ideas, which I really enjoy. Coffee's gone cold, which I do not enjoy. Yeah. Cold coffee's got its own flavor of sad. Man, it's a lovely little community effort, usually. Quite enjoy it. Well, see, what it comes down to when it comes to minis, mate, is did you enjoy them? Did you enjoy building them? Did you enjoy painting them? And if you don't like painting, did you enjoy building them? I know some people that hate painting. They just love the build, you know? As long as you're enjoying your hobby, then stuff what everybody else thinks. By all means, improve and get better and better and better in practice. You know, that's cool. You've got to be happy to do it, though. If you're only trying to get better just to impress others or shut them up or something, then stuff them. One of our friends, Skits, who jumps in and out every now and then, she is a pretty much professional level painter, minis painter. And I've watched her start this hobby. I started her on that hobby, and she's gotten better and better and better. She's so much better than me. It's a delight to watch her paint. But when people say, "Oh, you're so much better than me," she'll often say, "No, no. As long as you're enjoying yourself, it doesn't matter what you think or how you think you're going. You just got to be having fun." So, thank you very much for the compliment there, sir. But at the same time, mate, nah. As long as you enjoy what you're doing, doesn't matter how they look. There we go. Yeah, happy with that. That's coming along good. Now, I don't want to hit the whole thing with... I like the fact that I've ended up with a camo scheme by accident. Basically, when I was scrubbing, when I was cleaning them, not all of the black paint came off. So, I've ended up with black and grey camo totally by accident, which I may have to repeat elsewhere. But that's looking pretty good. Now, I'll I'll put a wash on some of that. Not all of it this time, because I don't want to have to recover all of it, but just on some of it. Oh. There we are, and that's why you suck on the paintbrush at the end and reforms the point. Just make sure you've cleaned it properly. Yeah. That tastes like coffee. I've cleaned it in my coffee again, haven't I? Yeah, that's feeling a little acrid. Acrid. Tasting a little. Yeah, I've definitely washed my paintbrush in my coffee again. Oh well. It's almost a hazard. Where's that gone? There it is. Alrighty. Do, 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 do. Okay. Yep. That's working fairly well. It's not ruining anything. It's pulling out some details. And that'll be easy to go across and highlight and pull out those effects again. Now I'm going to go actually do for slight difference. It won't really stand out to maybe on camera, but Tyrannicus, Tyrannicious even, suggested that they fly into combat and everything slowly goes reddish with the spiky bits on the aircraft, right? And that's a pretty cool idea. Now I don't want to do red because red just it's too strong. I wasn't happy about doing red on the front for the rock. Oh, whoa, just get me. There we go, fix that. I wasn't happy about doing the red on the rockets, as everyone's listening to me whinge about the last couple of paint sessions. But what I am going to do on these blades is instead of a black, I'm just going to do a light. I'm going to do seraphim, a brown sepia, because it's a slightly different color. Could, if you do it properly, look a little dried bloodish. And I do like the idea of just changing that up a bit, to be honest. And as per the discussion with skits, I'll be using a brown wash on my infantry and a black wash on most vehicles, because vehicles can be oily and grubby in that way, but most infantry are just going to be dirty. So the brown will suffice. Okay, that's going to look a little ass ugly until it dries, and I can touch it up again, but that's coming along good. Not unhappy with that. Not unhappy. Yeah, that makes sense, I think. Yeah. Not unhappy. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Oh, nearly wiped that out. Let's put the lid on that. You want to see me lose it on camera? Knock over a thing of knock over a bottle of wash on my computer desk. Very cranky, because it'll run straight. It'll either probably miss the cloth, right? It'll end up running off the side and onto the floor and settle into the grouting for the tiles. And then I need to hope that Joanna doesn't notice, and of course she will, and it's all just bad for me from that point on. There we go. Alright, so back to the boss trike. Back to the boss trike. Or did you want me to put some colour on the on the knob? Should I paint up the knob or work on the war trike? Tell us what you prefer to have a look at. Alright, one vote for trike. Okay. Oh. I think I've been sitting too long. No, I think I'll just keep working backwards, eh? I've worked I've worked at the front, and I've made a mess. Good work, Simmons. Let's fix that up. Good. Oh, made a bit of mess in there as well. Tidy, tidy, tidy. Okay, doesn't look too bad. You want to see the trike finish? Oh, 15 minutes. Probably 20 minutes yet. I've got about 20 minutes left of streaming time. Trike's not going to get done tonight, but it will be done. I'd say I'll continue this next week as well. But I'll keep working on the trike anyway. I'll go as far as I can. I'll go as far as I can, Tyro. Just for you. Well, actually, just for everyone, to be honest. Not just for one person. Because if that was the case, it'd only ever be what Pidgey wanted. Okay. Oh, what I'm doing, sorry, I'm just putting some brown, a different sort of brown on the shotgun handle. Just because I don't want it all to be the same brown in there, because that's boring. And it can happen that you get so used to using certain colors that you end up just reusing it, and it looks okay, but then you realize that everything starts to look very the same-ish. And you know, that's not as much fun as it could be. So there we are. It's the sneaky one, the one known as Skits. She has a Raved. Hello, Skits. Hope you're doing well. Well, what we're doing tonight is working on the trike. I rhymed. Not happy about that. But anyway. So working on the trike, blocking in those big base colors. Look at this thing. It looks like a Crayola. Looks like a vehicle made out of Crayola crayon colors. It's mad. I'm having fun with it. It's highly foolish. And yeah, it's looking pretty good. Also, Skittles. I found my helicopter blades. Yee! So I'm getting to work on them now. These are fun. These are great looking models. They're one of my favourite things to come out of that old box set. Oh, nearly had base paint everywhere. I was about to have a very, very sook. Murray. Ah, they're at the bottom of another box. I apparently had moved those boxes. I've moved all the blades out for safekeeping, of course. That's what you do, right? And then completely forgot where they were. Nice. Fairly standard behaviour, I suppose, for most hobbyists, but frustrating. Okay. And in classic format skits, I've got impatient, and because you know how I was doing a spatter test and just blocking out colours? Well, I got halfway through just blocking, mass blocking spatter all over this thing, all over this trike, and got tired of that, and suddenly went back into fine detail blocking instead, like a very accurate, tidy blocking. So I'm working from the front backwards, front to the back. It's half mess, half detailed, all annoying. It's the most, I don't know, disorganized miniature I've painted, I think. Normally my plans are better than this, but not tonight. Nope. Nope, just literally blundering forwards confidently. Joe isn't here tonight, but I will pass along your salutations to her. Yeah, she's visiting her family, so she's having a very nice evening, and I'm missing her terribly. Actually, it was sad. I came home and the house was, you know, didn't have her to talk to. It's like, oh, oh, that stone motherless cold. That's disgusting. Yeah, I'm glad I had got rid of that. I wasn't going to chuck it out, of course. It's coffee. You don't do that, but yeah. I'm hope. Yeah, yes. I was just telling people skits. I was just telling people about the vault opening. I'm hoping to be there tomorrow. Yes. Either. See, I knock off at 4, so I'll either be able to sneak in. No, I don't sneak. I just ask to leave a little early, or I'll be down just after the 4 o'clock opening. I may not get there till 4:30 or quarter past or something like that, but I will do my best. Absolutely best to be there for a little bit tomorrow. Alrighty. Yeah, driving and parking, that's going to be pants. Just catch a bus. Actually, that's right, you don't have any public transport in your area. Wow, you need to relocate into the city. You need to get an apartment in the city, Skits. That'd be the best thing. With all the money you don't have, eh? You need to become someone's gremlin. You need to be someone like live-in gremlin that can just kind of like sneak around in roofs. Call her Skits of the crawl space. Okay. Alright. I think the funniest thing about painting this way, or just during my style of painting, is that until you hit it with a wash and then come back and tidy it up afterwards, the whole model feels like kindergarten level primary color blocks. It's a good thing I can see it in my head as to where I'm going with it, because otherwise I'd find myself very discouraged very quickly, I think. I know how it's going to look up here. Up here, I've got an idea. I know exactly how it's going to look at the end, which is the only way I can actually tolerate my own paint style. Okay. Which is a funny thing to say, really. think that's why it sometimes stresses me out when you go when I ask opinions and you guys give me directions, because I have to when I've got it up in my head, you know, when I have it up in my head, I know where I'm going and I'm more confident. When it's relying on everyone else's direction, I can't quite see the end result as easily, so it's a little more stressful. Oh, okay. Have a good. Thanks for coming along, Tyro. It's been really great having you along. Enjoyed your input. I'm glad you've enjoyed what I do. Please, by all means, like you said, go check out my movie reviews. And more importantly than that, though, I hope you have a really good day. I hope your work goes well and your week is excellent. So take care. Thank you again. Thank you so much for dropping by, and thank you so much for following. That's absolutely appreciated, mate. Have a very good, well, as good a day as you can possibly have. Yeah. Okay. Alrighty. More orc. Do the big boss, I think, now. Do the some of the big boss anyway. Do his skin color. Well, I've got the. Well, I need to go get a new. I need to go get a new green. You know that moment? I don't know if you probably better. Oh, you can just see there. See how that's so. Look at that. You can see actually at the bottom. You see through it. This one has got right down to the bottom where there's a half dried bit. So I just keep it moist and use it as much as I can. That's how. That's how little is left in this particular one. So I might as well try to do as much green as I can. Gonna have to go up to IF and gonna either I have to get a new green, either a Valero paint match or yet another pot of Citadel, or I get a new bottle from the vault tomorrow. Very good thinking there, Skits. Okay. That's coming along good. Ish. It's coming along good-ish. It's coming along not terrible. Okay. Oh, that orky face looks shocking, doesn't it? I really hate that. Little guy at the front, his face is really annoying me. Those teeth have got other bits of green in them now. There's green in his teeth, and it's like it's just bugging me. It just doesn't quite look tidy enough. So I have to go back again and try to fix some of it, and hopefully not overpaint, and then have to come back and correct it, and round and round and round in circles. Which is what keeps happening at times. Anyone else ever experienced that? You correct some overpaint, and in your correction you then you make more issues that you have to come back and fix, so then you have to do that again and then again and again, and it sends me up the wall. And it's usually in some amazingly fiddly little bit. Oh, so many corrections, and back and forwards and back and forwards. And then I've had it happen so often at one stage that you start to lose definition in the bit that you're trying to paint in the first place. Oh, it's the worst. Okay. That doesn't bug me as much now. Although I've just noticed that's what's irritating me. That's why it does that. Right. You've got to look at it at the right angle. I was looking at it at the wrong angle before. At the correct angle, you can no, you can't see the details. The camera isn't that good. But down in here, there's overflow that's just going outside the lines, which makes his mouth look bigger on one side than it actually is. It's a tiny little fiddly fine point of detail that only I will notice, but because I notice it, I can't ignore it. And there we go. And he feels much better to look at now. That doesn't annoy me anywhere near as much anymore. There we go. So silly. So very, very silly. Okay, so now for the big guy's face. Very careful, tidy up. Ooh, 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 ooh. There we go, good. Oh, he's got a ring. He's got a lip ring. Oh, that's annoying. I mean, it's going to look good when it's painted, right? But at the moment, it's just, that's deeply irritating to have right there. Ugh. You silly punk bugger. I've actually seen people go in there and paint the gums a lighter green. Or even just go in there and paint the gums a red. I just cannot. I will lose my mind trying to do that. I'm just not that fine detailed. I just lack the motor skills for that degree. For that degree of control. His head's looking better. Yeah, but my hands shake a bit too much, skids at times, so I'm just not going to be able to ever get that degree of motor control. I've tried, and it makes a mess. So, instead of frustrating myself, I focus on enjoying my painting. Bright green tongue or red tongue? That's the question now, though. Part of me says green. Purple. Purple tongue, you reckon? He's already got a purple hair. He's already got purple hair, though. Wonder if that's going to work. Alright, purple it is. That's 2. I'm outvoted. A darker purple, and then I can highlight it later. Actually, the purple tongue thing makes me think of a frog. Or something like that. Why does that work? Why does purple work? Not something I would have thought of. Although I suppose he's green-skinned, green-blooded, and it's a bit of a blend of the green and what we'd normally use as red, so that could be why. Blah. Alright, you can't quite see that, but it actually looks pretty good. It does, it stands out as what it should be. Purple shrooms! There's something about it that in my head anatomically makes sense. Or biologically, or however you want to put it. I don't know why, though. If I wasn't so tired, I'd try to be a little smart and figure that out, but I'm kind of wrecked. So there ain't no figuring that out tonight for me. Hmm. It works. Sometimes meat is purple. That's true. Yeah, it works. That works. That actually looks pretty good. Huh. Look at you lot being clever at me. It's terrifying. That's true, yeah. Oh, man, purple paint tastes bad. Ugh. That ain't cool. Ooh. Oh, yeah, the new Primaris, or the new Space Marines Codex drops next Saturday, I believe. Or is it, it goes on pre-order this Saturday, actually, sorry. I think it's a pre-order this Saturday. Which is rather interesting. I'm quite curious. Not sure if I'll bother with it just yet. I might, though. I will consult the recreational spending budget. Basically, if I can do it and not jeopardize, because I still want to be able to get another vehicle for the blind build, another Orky truck for blind build night. So I'm going to put the entertainment of my friends ahead of the purchase of a new codex. So alright. Shiny cyborg bits. Looking all shiny and cyborgy. And I've just noticed he's got earrings. Of course he does. He's got a lip ring in and earrings. It's all just getting all punky. I'm really happy that I put the mohawk on this dude now. It's all coming together like it was intended. There we go. They want him to go to law school. Maybe he did go to law school. Maybe he did. Maybe he's actually fully qualified, attorney. He's just turned his back on all that sort of foolishness and to embrace his wild side and ride forth with his orc brethren. I really want to see a webcomic or an animated series about that now. And that, I believe, is all his metal bits in his face. He has a lot of metal bits. He's here to serve as summons with missiles. He rolls up and goes, "You've been served," and launches rockets at you. Yeah. That's fantastic and terrible. I like it. All right, he's looking better. I don't know if you can actually, I don't know if it looks better to you, but that head looks a lot less, crappy. Looks a little bit more, it doesn't look as annoying to behold now. generally looking rather nifty. Working from front to back, it's coming together quite well. Well, I'll be leaving that there. That's as far as I'm going to get on this guy tonight. But next week, I think I'll continue and I'll try to get him knocked over. Or at least to the point where I can leave it for a bit. That guy is pretty much done. The helicopter, the Def Copter is complete. Totally completed with rotor blades and colorations. And all I've got to do is a little bit of dry brushing. I might do that during the week. I might do it, save it for when you're back. We'll see how we go with that. But there we go. That's been some fun. This has been a good night. Very relaxing, actually. I've really needed this tonight. So thank you very much for coming along and joining me. I hope this is the start of a very good week for most of you. All of you. All of you. I hope it's a good week for all of you. I'm not going to be selective. Yeah, and go ahead and have yourself a most excellent Tuesday. Monday for those of you overseas, Tuesday for everyone else down here. Hope it plays out. Hope it plays out as planned. In fact, better than planned. Yes, I hope this week goes better than planned for you. Alright, so thanks again. Hope you all have a good evening, morning. And yeah, I will see you next week. Thanks again for joining.